Everybody, welcome back to Wiki Good Sports. This is Power Play, and we're joined, as always, by Chris Huminski. Chris, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Brian. How are you?
Doing quite well. Excited to talk a little bit about the NHL trade deadline. Some moves happened, but you want to start a little before the trade deadline. So take it away. What do you want to talk about?
Yep. So trade deadline is a week away, but we've been in full swing really for the last 2 weeks. Getting started. The first big player to get moved was Bo Horvat. Got traded from the Canucks to the Islanders. That's a big. The Canucks are tearing it down. They're already in rebuild mode. It feels like for next year. So that's a big move, and Bo Horvat has already been a significant asset to the Islanders. So that's been fun. And then this is sort of a continuing saga because we talked about this guy probably a year ago when Vladimir Tarasenko first requested a trade.
Yeah, so did he finally get his wish, Chris?
Yes, he has been traded to the New York Rangers.
All right, what do you think about this trade?
I'm not scared of very many teams in the NHL right now, but going into the playoffs, the Rangers are making me very nervous. They're really going for it. They're building up. Vladimir Tarasenko is a huge piece to add for them. And nothing is official yet, but it's all but confirmed that Patrick Kane is going to end up going to the Rangers.
Oh, man. So they're loading up for a push, it seems, trying to rival the Bruins here. Let's say they do get Patrick Kane. You already said you're afraid of them, but how much more afraid, how much more of a contender will he be if they make that trade?
I mean, they're gonna be tough. Patrick Kane, despite his age, he can still play hockey. And I think if you put the right team around him, which the Blackhawks absolutely do not have right now, then he comes out and he shines. So, the Rangers are already a very good team. Now they've added Tarasenko. Now they're probably going to add Patrick Kane. And they've already got one of the best goalies in the world, in Igor Shesterkin. I'm not excited at the prospect of having to face them in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's crazy. Patrick Kane's still getting it done. I remember playing NHL 06 and playing with Patrick Kane, and he's still out here, still being someone that people want to trade for. That is impressive.
Yes, yeah. I've always liked Kaner.
Yeah, I think he's a fairly popular player generally. I don't know many people who dislike him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, so next trade, the Bruins one, or did you want to save that for a little later?
So I guess I want to get started. First, the Toronto Maple Leafs added a big piece too. They got Ryan O'Reilly.
Okay.
And Noel Acciari, a former Bruin.
What do you think of these additions to the
Maple Leafs? Ryan O'Reilly is another big piece, and the Maple Leafs, they want it bad. And you can tell with this move that they're going for it too. Ryan O'Reilly's already put up a hat trick for the Leafs, which is fun for them.
Yeah, good for them or whatever. You know, who cares?
Yeah, Leafs fan Chris is excited about that one.
Yes. Oh man! All right. So next trade on the docket.
Yep, and this is the big one. Happened yesterday, right before the Kraken game, which was, aside from everything else, was one of the best games of the year.
Right.
So the Boston Bruins have traded for Dmitry Orlov and Garnett Hathaway as a part of a three-way trade with the Washington Capitals and the Minnesota Wild.
All right. Well, first reaction from me is I feel like naming your son Dmitry Orlov, that's like destining him to play hockey with a name like that. Um, but yeah, what do you think? Did the Bruins win big with this one?
Oh yeah, absolutely. They won this trade. Dmitry Orlov is a top 5 defenseman. He's another great get by Don Sweeney at the trade deadline. He's been a wizard.
Yeah, he has. Since we've been covering them, especially, I feel like he's been extra aggressive for us to help us make the show better, I'm sure.
Yes, well, yeah. Our first episode was the Taylor Hall trade.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a huge piece. Garnett Hathaway is going to be great for depth. Probably on the 3rd or 4th line. And that's cool too. He's from Kennebunkport, Maine, so he grew up a Bruins fan. He's coming home.
Yes, love that.
Yep. And we sent the Capitals Craig Smith, which he's been with the team a while, but I'm not that sad to see him go. He's always been sort of floating either in the bottom lines or bouncing back and forth between here and Providence.
Right.
And they also got a 2023 first round pick, 2024 third rounder, and a 2025 second rounder from us.
Pretty good haul for them.
Yes. And the Capitals sent us Orlov and Hathaway, and the Wilds were a part of this trade too. It's they
Just
got
one of those weird,
yes,
gets thrown in to make money work type things.
That's exactly what it is, because they are going to be taking half of Orlov's salary.
Mm-hmm.
And they're getting a 2023 5th round pick from us. And we get rights to one of their prospects.
Okay. Hey, that's worked out. Appreciate the Wild coming in to give us a hand here.
Oh, yeah, no, me too, because, I mean, I've been saying it for weeks now. I don't care what the Bruins do at the trade deadline as long as we can pay David Pastrnak.
Right.
At the end of the day, that needs to be the priority as far as staffing is concerned.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, hopefully this is the Bruins about to make a big push now too, right? I mean, they're already such a good team with such a good record, but this might be the cherry on top, the whipped cream in the cherry, let's say.
Yeah, and this is not a lot of people saw this trade coming too, because we were in talks, I guess, all but done with a deal with the Blue Jackets to get Vladislav Gavrikov, who's another depth defenseman.
Another one with a hockey name.
But that fell through. Orlov deal goes through. I'm very happy about this deal. I'm excited to see him play.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to a game in April. I'm looking forward to that. Yes.
When do you think we'll get to see these guys on the ice?
Possibly tomorrow.
All right.
Possibly tomorrow. I'd like to see. I want to see Orlov as soon as possible.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like when we first started the show, you were always like, they need to improve defense. They need to improve defense. And they've done a good job the last couple of off season and now this.
Yes, they have. I have a lot to say about the Bruins front office.
Right.
But for everything I say about Don Sweeney, I said it earlier, he's a wizard at the trade deadline.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so very exciting times. Any other things that you're looking out for that you didn't get to cover yet?
Nope, I guess we're just waiting for the Patrick Kane trade to be official. And we're also looking to see where maybe Jacob Chikrin might go.
Okay.
If he goes, these guys are watching all these trades happening, including like on their own teams. 2 guys just waiting to be traded. Like, me, what about me?
Right. So we shall see there. And when they do get traded, when, we'll be covering it here on We Get Sports on Power Play. Chris, where can they find you online?
Best spot to find me is on Twitter. That's at Chris _Uminski. and always giving my thoughts.
Yeah, and trying to bring the Whalers back, of course. If you want to
Yes,
plug that
yep,
one.
that's at Whalers Revival. We're gonna get them back. Maybe at the trade deadline, Arizona will trade the Hartford Wolfpack for the Coyotes.
Right. One of these days, I'm gonna actually remember to wear my Whalers shirt onto this. I always just like sit down. I'm like, damn it, I forgot again. But one of these days. Oh man! All right, and you can follow me on Twitter at the Fake BMI. BMA. Our channel is on Twitter at Wicked Sport, Instagram Wicked Sports, TikTok Wicked Sports. Chris, you got TikTok too. You want to plug that?
Yes, that's at Chris Ubinski.
Awesome. Go follow him there. Follow the channel on TikTok. And other than that, thank you so much for your time, Chris.
All right, thank you.
We'll see you all in the next one.